At D2L, we're on a mission to transform the way the world learns. Our mission speaks to our shared passion and belief in learning. Brightspace is a learning platform for people that care deeply about ensuring all students reach their potential. Today's session is about K-12. Welcome everyone to the K-12 Product Deep Dive. It's a follow-up to the Fusion Solution Spotlight. We're here showing you new features and updates for K-12. We are a true partner with you. We've got 20 years supporting districts, millions of learners, an educator-centric approach to change management, teacher-focused professional development, support, and more. All this lets you put learners first. I'm Pamela Gaudette, the new K-12 Product Strategy Manager. I'm a former tech director and teacher, purchasing and supporting hardware and software in schools. Then I moved to educational technology, developing software products. I am really happy to be here with you.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Brittany Singleton, Academic Affairs Manager at D2L, formerly an administrator and educator in the K-12 sector. In my role as Academic Affairs Manager, I provide strategic leadership, guidance, and support for the development of innovative programs in the teaching and learning realm in both the K-12 and higher education verticals.
Hi, everyone. I'm Annika Moline. I'm here today as a manager on the solution engineering team. And I used to be a client. I've always been in the tech department wherever I have worked. And I last worked for a K-12 district. And I actually was in charge of the LMS. I went through several LMSs. I'm very familiar with them. And I ended up being a client of Brightspace. And now I'm here today driving the demo portion of our presentation.
Let's celebrate this past school year and plan towards a new school year. So much has happened over the last several years, and yet learning endures. Learning is what we're here to do at Fusion and what D2L Brightspace is all about. We help teachers, learners, and teachers as learners. Today's session is in these different categories: teaching and learning, creating learning moments, professional learning. We will be talking about changes made into D2L Brightspace since the last Fusion. A lot of improvements have happened, including to quizzes. They're easier and simpler to build and take. SIS Course Merge is new. It's in teachers' hands now to merge courses together. The Hotspot features includes easy to use interactivity for teachers. It's very engaging for learners. There's a lot more features in Creator Plus, including screen capture and capture web, and plenty more.
In today's ever-changing educational landscape, integrating learning management systems and teaching and learning practices has become crucial in overwhelming challenges and maximizing opportunities in the classroom. The significance lies in our ability as educators to navigate and conquer the obstacles presented by this digital revolution. By acknowledging and addressing the challenges head-on, we can harness the full potential of an LMS like D2L Brightspace, ensuring that technology serves as a powerful enabler rather than a hindrance, ultimately leading to enhanced teaching and learning outcomes. D2L works with district leaders and serves as a true partner in education. We've been partnering with districts for over 20 years, supporting millions of learners and educators around the globe in technology and solutions that lets you put learning first. We collaborate with leaders, policymakers, and industry innovators worldwide to advance learning. Our team partners with each customer to meet their learners' needs, improve outcomes, and provide support at every step of their journey. We know how teaching and learning is important to you. Teaching and learning ensures success for all and gives educators the chance to build personal and professional skills, become part of a community of like-minded educators, and learn about how both new and current teaching techniques and practices. Teachers and students face numerous challenges in the educational landscape. These challenges include learning loss, adapting to hybrid or remote learning models, addressing mental health and well-being, ensuring equity in access, and navigating technological requirements. Amidst these challenges, the value of teacher time and importance of consistent learning management systems become crucial factors. Teachers play a vital role in facilitating learning and supporting student growth. The challenges that teachers face place additional demands on their time and expertise. Specific challenges are present with teachers, and this means that there should be specific tools and resources in place to help with this. In order to overcome these challenges, teachers can implement techniques and strategies to address learning gaps, provide for personalized instruction, adapt instructional strategies to different learning modalities, and support students' emotional well-being. They can also utilize a unified LMS that is flexible and innovative to access course materials, assignments, quizzes, tests, discussions, and feedback in a seamless manner, regardless of whether they are in person or learning remotely. They can also utilize a consistent LMS that allows them to organize and deliver content effectively, track students' progress, and streamline administrative tasks such as grading and attendance. This provides equal access to educational materials and resources, regardless of their learning modalities and location. Annika, why don't you show us the new features with Master Review?
Absolutely, I would love to. So as you likely know, our master review of the gradebook provides an overall suggested level of achievement for each outcome or standard and for each learner within a course based on a selected calculation method. This overall level of achievement can automatically be suggested or manually evaluated, giving teachers the ultimate say. In May, we released the activity alignment counters that you see in each cell. For master review, this provides important context to that suggested level of achievement on how many items have been assessed out of the number of available assessable items. As you can imagine, it's very important to distinguish whether the level of achievement is out of 1 item or out of 5 items. Next, we've also released our course level achievement scales, allowing teachers to choose which scale applies to their classroom. LMS administrators set them up, and then a teacher just chooses the proper scale. I'm going to go ahead and start my video here so you can see the process. It's pretty simple from a teacher's perspective. You jump into the outcomes tool and you choose which scale you need. So for example, right now I have a 4-point scale and I'm going to change that to a 5-point scale. We know how important it is to be able to use those different scales from elementary to high school, for example. You might want to use a 4-point scale at elementary and a 5-point scale at the high school level. We expect with this feature coming out, a huge growth in adoption of our outcomes tool, our standards tool, come fall 2023 against K-12 and higher ed, quite honestly. And using it is easy. Administrators create those scales, like I mentioned, and teachers don't need to create anything. They just choose which scale before they start evaluations. As highlighted on the main solution spotlight, we've also been continuing to transform core teaching and learning workflows in Brightspace. Our goal is to continue updates to the consistent and ease of use throughout our tools. So let's discuss some newer ones. The quizzing enhancements have come out in 3 phases, as you can see listed here. And by the way, these are all listed in our community article called Quiz Timing Improvements Pilot Summary. This started off as a dev pilot where many clients opted in. We've gotten some feedback, and now it's getting ready to go through final phases of general availability, the last part being that synchronous quizzing. Let's talk about each of these. So first, auto submission. Quizzes can now be auto submitted at the end of a quiz time, reducing learner confusion and test taking anxiety, and we all want that. And it's easier on a teacher, no additional work to look at attempts or unsubmitted attempts and decide what to do. And when possible, questions can be auto-graded so that the learner gets to the quiz results display faster, they get feedback faster, and they can jump onto their next attempt faster. All improvements in teacher and learner quizzing experiences. We've also modified some of the timing settings that are no longer needed and therefore we have made obsolete. This makes it a simpler quiz setup. And with our consistent approach to creating inside of Brightspace, you'll notice that on the right-hand side, I have all of the available options and I can see a nice summary of those settings, giving me a confident quiz building experience. Next in phase 2 is an optional timer. Learners can now turn on and off that quiz timer. We know seeing that timer can make learners nervous and anxious, so now they have a choice to suit their own learning style. There's also a quiz information link on the left-hand side, allowing learners to review the instructions and details of the quiz without leaving the quiz. Phase 2 also includes an update to our quiz results view. We've simplified this and changed it, including an image, hopefully making it an easier and gentler feeling at the end of quiz taking. And of course, depending on the quiz setup, learners may be able to see what questions they got wrong, possibly the right answer, any of those outcomes, depending on what the teacher has configured for the quiz. Phase 3 is going to be synchronous quiz setting. Our instructors have been asking for a way to set up quizzes that start and end at the same time for all learners, rather than when a learner launches the quiz. This option allows for a time window for all learners to complete that quiz at the same time. Great for blended classrooms where a teacher may want to have a quiz during a certain period of class for the day. And again, all of these highlights can be found in our community article labeled there for you.
Annika, I love these tools because they are designed to facilitate effective assessment and provide valuable feedback on student progress. D2L offers a range of quizzing tools that enhance the learning experience for both educators and students. Annika, these quizzing tools are definitely a game changer.
Let's talk about discussions next. So continuing on that look and feel that we've been updating for a little while now, we've updated our discussion creation experience. So on the left-hand side, I'm looking at the previous way to create a new topic, and you'll notice that I had some tabs across the top. It meant you had to leave one window to go to the restrictions tab or to go to the assessment tab and so on. What we've done is neatly tucked everything away into that right-hand panel. So all you have to do is expand, make your changes, and then see a summary. The other thing that we've done is modified topic types, for example. We've made it a lot easier by redoing some of the language that might have caused confusion before when building new discussions. Now, on the right-hand side, the language and restrictions available are much simpler to understand, making for an easier discussion creation experience for teachers. And again, community article reference at the bottom there. You can go find this all summarized nicely in the article labeled New Discussion Creation Experience. Let's talk about accessible activities. As you all know, in our latest content experience, when you would land on an accessible activity like an assignment or a quiz as shown here, it would prompt you to open in a new window like this. But now, as you saw in our solution spotlight, we've brought this whole experience right here into content. On the left, you can see I have an assignment, and on the right, that quiz. This is a teacher's view, and as you scroll down the page, it shows you the details of that assessment. So on the left-hand side, it might show the assignment details as well as the completion stats of all of my learners in the class. On the right-hand side, it's going to show it from the quizzing perspective. So now you can do everything from content. There's no need to hop to another tool. What a time saver. Now you can create and evaluate all from content. So far, we've covered ways that we've enhanced teachers' lives for teaching and learning moments, but let's switch gears and discuss SIS integration changes that are coming that will make teachers' lives easier. First, let's talk about PowerSchool integration. We've been around a long time, and so has PowerSchool, and we have tons of clients in K-12 that are using our PowerSchool integration now. But next up is a new method that's a more modern approach and easier PowerSchool integration for everybody involved that uses the one roster specification. We're working with clients now to pilot this solution, and shortly thereafter, we'll work on the two-way communication so grades can be passed back from Brightspace to PowerSchool. This has been a big ask from our clients, and it's finally almost here. This modern method will decrease administration time and allow for much easier implementation for new clients. This leads me to my next feature to describe related to SIS integrations. As Pam mentioned early on, we're now introducing the SIS Course Merge. On the left-hand side, you can see a video showcasing how to do it for merging, and on the right-hand side, you can see how to unmerge. But the idea is to give this as a teacher tool, allowing teachers to combine multiple courses into one. So you'll have a parent course, which basically, and then you'll basically move a child course into the child section of that parent course. Your roster will carry over and stay updated through that SIS integration. Examples for using this might be when you have separated courses in your SIS and they need to be separated. It's just how it works, like language arts, math, social studies, science, and elementary grades, or even special education courses where typically they are just known as a separate course inside of the SIS, but a teacher would really rather prefer to combine. Now teachers can. This is a highly requested feature and it's just about here. And it really is an efficient course management mechanism for teachers, as they will only have one set of content, assignments, discussions, quizzes, etc. And they will just have separate sections of students, so they can decide how sections interact with each other.
Wow, Annika, those were a lot of great features for teachers. It's imperative to have the resources and tools available to overcome these challenges. You focus on some great things like master review creations, new activity creation, and SIS updates. How about we switch and talk about creating learning moments, our amazing theme for Fusion this year? We just showed you enhancements related to teaching and learning. However, we know that a lot of you create your own content and therefore create your own learning moments. Integrating an LMS into educational practices is essential for creating impactful learning moments. By leveraging interactive content delivery, collaboration tools, personalized learning paths, and assessment capabilities, Brightspace empowers educators to go beyond traditional instruction and engage students in dynamic and personalized learning experiences. Creating learning moments in education plays a significant role, being that it focuses on empowering students to become active participants in their own learning journey. Through engaging activities and strategies, learning moments aim to cultivate a love for learning and equip students with essential skills for lifelong success. More specifically, creating learning moments stimulates creativity, it explores alternative perspectives, and generates innovative solutions. It fosters personalized learning to tailor to students' interests, abilities, and learning levels. It allows students to take ownership of their education, leading to increased motivation and academic achievement. It goes beyond content mastery and encompasses the development of essential skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, collaboration, and communication. It incorporates authentic assessments that provide a more comprehensive and accurate representation of student learning. It enables educators to differentiate instruction on students' individual needs and progress, and it optimizes instructional time by prioritizing key concepts and skills. D2L creates learning moments by leveraging various features and functionalities in Brightspace by incorporating interactive content, collaboration tools, personalized learning paths, formative assessments, and mobile learning capabilities. D2L Brightspace creates an environment that facilitates the creation of engaging and impactful learning moments. These moments empower students to actively participate in their learning, deepen their understanding, and develop critical skills for success. Annika, why don't you show us the new features on your list?
Absolutely. I'd like to show you a few of our latest features that support creating those precious learning moments. But first, let's talk about video. Video is important to our educators and learners. Just look at the numbers on this slide. Usage is skyrocketing. Video on Brightspace is now getting around 10 million views per day. And on some peak days, it's almost 2 times that. Video was growing fast at the start of the pandemic, but the more interesting part is that the average daily views starting September 2022 is up more than 5 times from the prior 6 months. As you can tell, it's a trending hot topic, and it's not just an ed tech today. There's an expectation of all users to be using video, and it's not going away. So let's talk about our Brightspace Media Library. You have access to it right now. And we introduced it to you last year, and it was turned on during the school year. If you're not using it yet, you should be. With our media library, you can create, upload existing, view, and edit all of your audio and video content here in Brightspace. The tool offers media processing, storage, and streaming for all of your audio, video materials. In Media Library, by default, each user will see their own media and their recycle bin for easy restoration. You can sort your media and recycle bin using various filters. And then to create new, you simply click to add or upload an existing item. You'll notice you have chapter functionality, language for transcript capabilities. And over here, you'll have the ability to do some editing as well. And in the upper right-hand corner, you actually have the ability of using previous versions. Lastly, there's actually a button that says optimize for streaming. It's your magic button. It will optimize your file for streaming in Brightspace and resolves most playback issues. Next, coding. Let's talk about coding for a minute. Coding classes are more and more popular due to the rise in STEM in our education system. With the new insert code feature, teachers and students can easily put in their own code snippet inside of Brightspace. Let me play my video. I'm showing you the context of content from a teacher's perspective, where a teacher might go to the HTML editor and then go up to insert code, put in their code. You'll notice that you have the choice of languages. You even have the ability of using dark mode, as we know a lot of coders like dark mode. And what happens is it will be inserted as a code snippet. Previously, users had to actually use a code tag and build out your code to resemble a code snippet in the editor. But great examples of using this feature are, as I'm showing you here, a teacher putting in some code snips for content. But you might also have students engaging in discussions where they're actually helping each other to debug code. And lastly, one of the biggest benefits of this is going to be allowing students to submit their code as an assignment. Let's talk about Creator Plus for a minute. We've all seen some great things with our Creator Plus package, and it's been a huge, important topic over the last year. We've introduced the item called Carousel recently, and a carousel is a dynamic content element that allows creators to build a series of content slides consisting of images, text, and labels that learners can then scroll through. So you can see here that I've elevated my content by taking the text you see on the left and putting it to a carousel on the right. Learners will then click to advance the carousel slides and consume that learning material. I think this is a much more engaging and interactive way to consume this learning material instead of just reading a bunch of text. Next up is layouts. Creator Plus layouts were just released in June, and the idea here is that they help you to nicely format a mixture of images, text, or other media into columns. The beauty of using layouts is that they help you reduce the cognitive load of your youngest students by sectioning off the page into columns, and these columns will automatically resize depending on the screen size used. As a teacher, you might want to try one layout, such as the one I'm using here, where I have a slimmer content for my images and a wider column on the right where I have my text. And if I want to try another layout, I won't lose anything. I just simply choose a new layout, see how it looks. It will reformat for me so I can decide which one I like best, all while maintaining that important responsive design.
Annika, this is amazing. Creator Plus
Yes.
provides opportunities for users to create highly desirable, engaging, and delightful experiences in minutes. This also promotes active student engagement, encourages students to think deeply, ask questions, and explore concepts beyond surface level understanding.
Absolutely. And the hotspot was actually introduced last year at Fusion, but I'll review it here for you. So on the left-hand side, I have some simple text. And what I've done on the right is actually applied an image with some hotspots or markers. And by the way, you get to choose what those markers look like so that there's proper coloring against your image to really stand out. Students can then click on each of those markers and see the relevant text that's been provided. They can also see a little ticker of how many hotspots they have already viewed. And while we're here, let's talk about a fully accessible hotspot. This accessibility option allows you to overlay your image with a grid that positions each hotspot into a cell. You provide a micro alt tag for each cell. Learners using a screen reader can then navigate through the grid cell by cell, hearing the description of each cell as well as its position within the grid, giving users access to all of the details and context of the image. This particular example on the screen happens to be a great example of incorporating some game-based learning into your course. Hotspots can be a great way to add a hidden prize near the end, or you can prompt your learners to go from item to item, maybe in a sequential order, rewarding them at the end. And I'd like to remind you that on our community page, we've got some valuable links here to our Learning Center, which can be found on the community page. In the Learning Center, we have a course dedicated to getting to know our tools, specifically for Creator Plus. It splits out each item and gives you great background on the tool, its usefulness, and some fantastic examples. I grabbed this from the Creator Plus Instructional Design Best Practices course. This is where I grabbed that hotspot image that I showed you moments ago. You can have a look around yourself and join the conversation too by participating in our community group and discussions. You can see that there's a link there as well, but you can also go out to our community and look for the groups. Let's talk about Capture Web. We brought this on earlier in introducing some of our topics today. We just keep investing in great ways to capture learning moments, and Capture Web is here. It allows you to record your video and or your screen with nothing to download. We know that you're probably already familiar with some other screen capturing tools, but this is web-based. That means you can actually use on more devices than any of our previous version of Capture. You can also edit and trim, generate those auto captions, add chapters like I showed you before with media, the media library. A great use case for Capture Web might be to use a video of the teacher introducing the topic and then switch over to a screen capture showing off whatever's on their screen and then coming back to close with another little video. Just an example of creating engaging learning materials right from within Brightspace with nothing to download. And best of all, now that it's part of Brightspace, it's super easy to add media to the media library, making it reusable and searchable.
Now that we've shown you some tools and features that support teaching moments, let's talk about supporting our teachers through professional learning. In the dynamic field of education, the importance of professional learning cannot be overstated. Professional learning plays a vital role in fostering excellence in education. It provides educators with the tools, knowledge, and skills they need to stay current with best practices, adapt to changing educational landscapes, and meet the diverse needs of their students. Here are some key reasons why professional learning is crucial. Professional learning empowers educators to refine their instructional techniques, explore innovative strategies, and tailor their approaches to meet their specific needs of their students. By engaging in ongoing professional learning, educators can improve student achievement and well-being. They gain insights into evidence-based practices, collaborate with peers, and implement data-driven instructional decisions that positively impact student learning. Professional learning recognizes that educators have unique needs and preferences and offer a range of opportunities that cater to diverse interests and goals. This could include workshops, conferences, online courses, action research projects, peer observations, or collaborative learning communities. D2L offers a comprehensive professional learning platform designed to support educators in their continuous professional development and growth. This platform provides a range of resources, tools, and collaborative opportunities to enhance teaching practices and improve student outcomes. Annika, show us some great updates for professional learning.
Absolutely. We've done a lot with professional learning this year. And just to refresh that everything we have shown you here today can equally be applied to K-12 student learning environments as well as to professional learning, where your staff and teachers may be the learners. In April, we even held a webinar focusing on PD called Empower Your Staff with Flexible Professional Learning in D2L Brightspace. You can find that recording on our website at d2l.com/events. In that webinar, we review all the great tools that are included with our professional development offering. And we have many clients that choose to use us for their K-12 student learning environments, some clients that use us for PD, and many for both. Often clients may start with one approach and choose to adopt our learning platform for the other, for that consistent experience. We've had a great number of clients adopt us for professional learning, and we've held various webinars, as I've mentioned, and have really seen a lot of clients enhance their learning environment with Brightspace for teachers and staff. Learning groups is just one of those tools that is at the top of my list, and I'd like to refresh you on it. It allows you to build out a group of learners based on automatic enrollment, probably from something like an attribute, such as a title, building, subject area, grade level, or hire date, just to name a couple of examples. As you can see on the screen here, I've got a few examples of learning groups to highlight the many use cases that you may use in your own district or board. New teacher onboarding is a great example where you may set a rule that says all teachers with the role of teacher starting after July 1st, 2022 are considered new, and they will automatically be enrolled into whatever courses are part of that group that are designated for that group. Similar, as you can see on the screen, I've got an all custodial staff that may find all custodial staff people and put them into this group and then assign their learning as well. Let's talk about Discover. Discover is our self-registration tool and has become a very popular tool across our clients. Many clients have been using it, and now based on popular asks, we're rolling out even more functionality, including better search functionality and more robust enrollment rules. What that means is with the enrollment rule management page shown on the right-hand side, you're going to be able to target roles or attributes so your staff can only see the courses that are meant for them. So nursing staff can probably only see the courses that are targeted for them. Teachers can see a very different set of courses, and custodial staff can see a very different set of courses. Prior to that, you had to apply a rule very manually. There was no avenue to adding a rule to a large number of courses. But now with the enrollment rules builder page, you're actually going to be able to create the rule. It's going to display a number of user counts that match that condition. And then it shows you which courses this rule applies to. This is great for flexibility and scalability, as it allows the use of attributes to really lock down what employees can see and what courses they can then self-enroll into. Sharing of achievements. We all know how popular LinkedIn is. It's used by hundreds of millions of people around the world for professional networking, job seeking, and showcasing of those achievements. And as of March 2023, you can now share those achievements from Brightspace directly to your LinkedIn profile. You can see here in this little demo video, it's pretty easy to go to your award in Brightspace and then push to LinkedIn, where it's going to automatically take some of those details, such as the name of the award, the issuing organization, issue and expiration date, and it will automatically populate that into some LinkedIn parts. Next is Course Merchant. This is news. You may have heard during Solution Spotlights that we have joined forces with Course Merchant. We've been partnering with them for years, but we love them so much that now they're part of the D2L family. Course Merchant provides a public-facing storefront or catalog where users can register for new Brightspace accounts, shop, and enroll in courses, and use e-commerce if needed. There are approval workflows, wait lists, number of seats for courses, and much more. We have many K-12 clients that are using our tools now for this type of catalog feature, so it's going to be exciting that they're part of us now. Watch for feature updates in the future. And in summary, I'd like to remind you of our themes here today: teaching and learning, creating learning moments, and professional learning. We have a couple of great quotes from some of our favorite organizations like Traverse City Area Public Schools, Trekka Digital Academy, and Surrey School District. These interconnected aspects lie at the heart of educational excellence and growth. And I hope that you have embraced the immense potential of teaching and learning through Brightspace. While challenges may arise, as we all know, we will evolve. Together, let's continue to innovate, collaborate, and empower ourselves and our students on this journey of lifelong learning.
So many new features and enhancements since our last fusion for teaching and learning, and we're continuing to make improvements year after year. Every classroom has its own challenges. Whether virtual, blended, or in-person, D2L Brightspace is built for schools and districts that want to deliver high quality, personalized K-12 learning experiences at scale, and will continue to give educators the tools they need to succeed.